Wasn't it good? Oh, so good. Wasn't he fine? Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. Didn't I know how it would go if I knew from the start? Why am I falling apart? Wasn't it good? Wasn't he fine? Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security and freedom. I know him so well. It took time to understand him. I know him so
Was Elaine Page and Barbara Dixon going out there to the lovely Christine, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it was. I hope you enjoyed that one, Christine. And now we're going on to... Is it Kirsty MacColl?
No, a bit of the Pogues.
Oh, is it the Pogues?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Pair of brown eyes.
A pair of brown eyes, right. Well, the Pogues have been around since, I think it was 84 they brought the first album out. I think it was called Red Roses for Me. Well, in 1985 they released an album produced by Elvis Costello, and it was basically based on a phrase uttered by Winston Churchill when describing the traditions of the Royal Navy. And all Churchill said was, all the Royal Navy was, and he was talking about Nelson's time, was rum, sodomy and the lash. And the Pogues used that as a title for their second album. Now, I bought this album, and it is an absolute... I do recommend everybody to listen to this album. It is a masterpiece. It really is. And this one was never a big hit. But I remember I used to listen to this because John Peel played this to death. And it's a stunning song. Now, the Pogues, obviously, Shane MacGowan was the main man. He wrote this song as well. And it's about... He just said it's about London. Because that's all he wrote about was London. And he just loves the town. He's a London boy. He's not Irish. He's got Irish parentage, but obviously he's born. I think he was born in Kent, but he was brought up in. He was a public school boy as well, by the way. He went to Westminster Public School. Yeah. Yeah. But it's one of the Pogues' greatest songs, in my opinion. Yeah. But I recommend everybody listen to the album Rum, Sodomy and the Lash. But so this is an absolute belter, and I love this track. It's a bit of an indulgence for myself.
Excuse me.
It's the Pogues and A Pair of Brown Eyes.
One summer evening, drunk to hell, I sat there nearly lifeless. An old man in the corner sang where the water lilies grow, and on the jukebox Johnny sang about a thing called love. And it's how are you, kid, and what's your name, and how did you bloody know? In blood and death, 'neath a streaming sky, I lay down on the ground, and the arms and legs of other men were scattered all around. Some cursed, some prayed, then cursed, then prayed, then bled some more. And the only thing that I could see was a pair of brown eyes that was looking at me. But when we got back, labelled parts 1 to 3, there was no pair of brown eyes waiting for me. And a rove, and a rove, and a rove, and I'll go for a pair of brown eyes. And I thought about a pair of brown eyes that waited once for me. So drunk to hell I left the place, sometimes crawling, sometimes walking. A hungry sound came across the breeze, so I gave the walls a talking. And I heard the sounds of long ago from the old canal, and the birds were whistling in the trees where the wind was gently laughing. And a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, and a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, for a pair of brown eyes, for a pair of brown eyes. And a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, and a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, and a roving, a roving, a roving I'll go, for a pair of brown eyes, for a pair of brown eyes.
And that was the Pogues with a pair of brown eyes. Just been talking off air about where him, haven't we?
Shane MacGowan, yeah.
Bit of a character, isn't he?
It's also he is, yeah.
Got a bit of a good social connection, them, though, aren't they? When you think about it.
Yeah, obviously, I think the lady we're going to play next, because I think the Pogues are the biggest hit with this lady, and her father,
Was it famous Ewan McCall, wasn't he?
famous Ewan McCall,
Socialist.
socialist.
Sober lad.
He was actually born in Glasgow,
Yeah,
but
he
he
was. He lived all his life down in Salford.
he was down
Do
Broughton.
you know the MI5 had him down as a spy?
Probably
Did you
well,
know
he was a
that?
communist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He never gave up on his beliefs, and I think he married Peggy Seeger, didn't
That's
he?
right, yeah.
And he wrote The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face for
Wrote
her.
some brilliant
And
songs, didn't
that was the Roberta Flack had to hit with that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll go on to his daughter, Kirsty. Now, Kirsty, on the indie scene, she was probably the queen of the indie scene. She first come to prominence in 1981 with a song called There's a Guy Down the Chip Shop, Swears He's Elvis. Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant track. But she also wrote that... she was a great songwriter as well. Yeah. She wrote They Don't Know for Tracy Ullman in 1980. She wrote that, yeah. And her version, that's well worth listening to, Simon, if you're going to get the chance.
Right, yeah, I will do.
But this song came out, I think she recorded it in 84, but it came out in the late winter, early spring of 80.
Was this not a Billy Bragg track?
It is a Billy track, yeah. Well, it came out on Billy Bragg's first album, released in 1981. Well, Billy helped to do this because on Billy's version, there's only 2 verses.
Yeah.
Now, they made it into 3 verses for this one. Now, when Kirsty sadly passed away, when Billy sings this now, he always puts the 3rd verse in for Kirsty's memory. Yeah,
like a tribute.
Yeah, brilliant song. Absolutely love this. She, like I said, she's one of the great female vocalists, and she was the queen of the indie scene. She was a great champion of the little bands. John Peel and Janice Long adored her, and so Kirsty MacColl and New England. I hope everybody enjoys this one.
I
wish you can. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Are you looking for another girl? I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Are you looking for another girl? My jeans were full of strange ideas. My mind was set despite their fears. But other things got in the way. I never asked that boy to stay. Once upon a time at home, I sat beside the telephone, waiting for someone to pull me through. When at last it didn't ring, I knew it wasn't you. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Are you looking for another girl? I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Are you looking for another? I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Are you looking for another girl? Looking for another girl. Looking for another girl. Looking for another girl.
Talking then off air about some of the lyrics in that song. There's some great lyrics, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, again, it's Billy Bragg. He was very... But like I said, like, he took the first... I was 21 years and I wrote this song. I'm 22 now, but what this long? He took that word for word off Paul Simon. And he did that as a tribute because he said Paul Simon's lyrics were a big influence on him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
when
that's me when I grow up to understand.
Yeah.
All the girls I knew at school are already pushing prams.
Yeah. It's just...
Classic line, that.
He's like Billy Bragg is one of the great unsung British
Poets.
songwriters. Yeah,
I'd
poet.
say he's a poet.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, that's all poets are. The songwriters, aren't they?
Well, he did a
Can't
song.
make it that. But no, poets are poets that can't play guitar. That's all they are, aren't they?
Well,
that's the difference.
There's one you want to try and listen to, Simon, called
Yeah.
It Says It.